Hey, welcome to the Happy Rant podcast. I am Ted Cluck, joined as always in studio by my good friends and partners in radio, Barnabas Piper and Retreat Man, Ronald J. Martin. Boys, we have a lot to talk about, including Ron's star turn on the main stage at Normal Pastors. So we're going to take a deep dive into that conference, kind of take you behind the scenes, as it were, in terms of what it's like to be a legitimate big-time conference speaker. So we're going to get the full star treatment from Ronald. Looking forward to that. But before we get into a pipe, I want you to do what you do best, which is promo products. And we got a couple of things we're excited to talk about today.
Yeah, so we've got two sponsors for this episode, both of which are ones that we really dig. The first is a new one, and it is a company called For the King Trading Company. So it's a leather goods company, which longtime listeners will know that we have a great affinity for leather goods. So the website is forthekingtradingco.com. I think Ronnie and I both got leather portfolios from them, and then Ted, you got a wallet, right?
Dude, I got the wallet, and it is sick. I love it. Absolutely love the wallet. Lots of space, very comfortable, plenty of room for all the cashiche that comes rolling in with our Happy Rant sponsorship. So yeah, tip of the cap to that guy, man. Really nice work. I'm digging it.
Yeah, he does really good work. The portfolio that I have is sort of a distressed brown one. It looks really nice. It's super like heavy duty, sturdy. It's not like a little flimsy thing. But for listeners, he also does wallets, purses, briefcases, and then now he's gotten into Bible rebinding. So if you have like an heirloom Bible that the cover is just falling apart, it was handed down to you by your granddad or your dad or whatever, he will actually do rebinding on that. His name is Brock Childers, and he's a pastor in Louisiana. So he started this just to do some stuff for himself, and then he started to post it on social media. The business kind of took off. So it's really just kind of a one-man show doing this. His work is awesome. Check it out. So if you're looking for nice stuff for yourself, to get a Bible rebound, a gift for somebody, check out forthekingtradingco.com. All three of us can attest that the goods themselves are pretty money. They're nice. I have the portfolio right next to me. I was taking notes in it at a meeting earlier, so it works for the exact purpose it was made.
Beautiful.
I feel like Brock Childers is a good name for a leather guy.
It is. It's also a good name for like a fictional quarterback or something.
Dude, a fictional quarterback, or I was going to say if he was in like the TV show Bonanza from like the 60s and 70s, like I could see Brock Childers being a cousin. Like he gets in a lot of bar fights and does a lot of
the guy that played Haas,
work.
Right? Brock Childers.
Yeah, exactly. Haas Cartwright.
Okay, I would have gone with a more dashingly handsome guy than Haas. So like the guy, like he could have been Adam, except that his name is Brock. Like he was sort of a lookalike to go for the Bonanza reference.
I think Haas is handsome in a rugged way, but we don't have to get too deep into the weeds of who's good looking on Bonanza.
We never hesitate to talk about handsome men on this podcast. So
there was really one handsome man on Bonanza, and that obviously was Charles Ingalls.
Chucky.
We can all land on that one and be good.
Are you kidding me? I mean,
his curly mop of hair. It was
absolutely boyish charm.
He did have a lustrous head of hair, didn't he?
Oh.
No beard though, which is an odd term.
No, man. Charles Ingalls was not a beard guy. I think he originally, like the real Charles.
Charles was like definitely
from
a beard.
1800s. The 1800s Charles. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of clean-shaven people in 1950s and 60s cowboy shows. I feel like that probably wasn't the case back in the 1800s.
Exactly.
It was a Hollywood trend. That's why they were clean.
Yeah. Stinking Hollywood. They never get anything right. Well, let me hit our second sponsor real quick before we get into how much Hollywood stinks and some other very important topics. Dwell Bible app is sponsoring the show again. So if you are new to the show, they have been a long-time sponsor and partner. It is an audio Bible app. I have found it really helpful for getting ready to teach and lead Bible studies, just being able to kind of listen to a text on repeat to kind of massage it into my brain a little bit, familiarize myself with it. They have some really cool different features, different narrators. They have a whole Bible listening plan, so you can like listen to the Bible in a year. So if you're somebody who has a lot of commuting to do, you're in the car a lot, you're picking up kids from school, whatever it is, you can use that time to be in the Word using Dwell. If you go to dwellapp.io/happyrant33, I realize that's a mouthful, dwellapp.io/happyrant33, they're offering a 33% discount off of their subscription rate, which is already really affordable. So it takes it from about $3 a month down to about $2 a month. And so you'll have full access to all their features. Check it out. We love it. It's we're going to be doing some different reading for them. Ted has already turned his in. He's ahead of the game. I have not. I don't think Ronnie has, but I shouldn't speak for him. So different some scripture passages, as well as maybe some just readings of things that we enjoy as well. So that'll be worked into a future promotion as well. So if you want to hear it, you've got to get on Dwell. So go to dwellapp.io/happyrant33 and check that out.
I love it, Piper. Nicely done. Now, I know you are eager to get into this next topic, as I am, and we have in our midst just a normal pastor, okay, just a regular workaday schlub, just a lunch pail guy.
And to be clear, it's not me.
Clock.
I'm just a director.
No. Gosh,
let's make sure we have to make sure we keep that settled.
Yeah, there's only one normal pastor on this on this panel. And boys, Retreat Man, our very own normal pastor, man of the cloth, Ronald J. Martin, is fresh off his first plenary sesh, man, his first main stage gig. We are very proud as a company, Piper. I know that it's sort of like watching your kid take like his or her first steps, you know, and you're there with the like 1980s camcorder, you know, the big huge thing on your shoulder, and you're just rolling the tape. And
it's cool to do it at like 65 years old too. It's a great accomplishment. It's fantastic.
Just swelling up with pride, So Ron, I want you to walk us through normal pastors, what that looked like. I have some specifics, and I know Pipe, you do too. So I want to know like what the pampering level was. Did you feel adequately pampered? Was there a nice green room? I want to know the vibe in the green room, like who the other main stagers were, and if you felt comfortable, like if you felt, like you belonged there. You know what I mean? It's sort of like getting a September call up in the major leagues, and like you're there, but you're kind of the new guy. So walk us through the green room and the pampering, baby.
Yeah, baby, that's a good question, and I never thought of it as being the new guy, but indeed, I think I was the new guy because everybody else had been there before. So yeah, I think I was the newbie for sure. I didn't think about that till right now. It's changing the way I'm thinking about this.
Well, absolutely, and you gotta spend a lot of time. Really
I'm reassessing.
You got to reassess. I mean, I hope you're taking another retreat to just kind of.
Well, I might have to because now I'm thinking if my treatment was a little less, or if it was more of like if I was experiencing some like Christian hazing things that I didn't realize I was experiencing. I don't know.
Yeah, baby. No, I want you to name names a little bit here, okay? Because I want to know. Yeah. I'm going to walk you through a few of these, but I want to know who the most like nonchalant guy is. You know, the guy that walks in and just kind of sniffs and is like, you know, I'm the road warrior. I do all these conferences. You know, I'm very used to being on the main stage. Who was the most kind of dismissive guy?
If you list the speakers for us, let us guess who that person is. That's what,
there we go.
There we go. So we'll get the full rundown of speakers, and then we can guess who the most the road warrior nonchalant guy is.
Okay, so we had obviously we had Jared C. We had Jared C's pastor Nathan Rose, younger guy. We had Pipe. You're gonna have to help me with his name. It's John, and his last name starts with an O. There you go. TGC council member, I think, has written a book for 9 marks. And then we had a guy named Juan Kwok out of New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we had none other than Joe Thorne.
Thorny.
And then myself. And that was, I think that was everybody. It's 6 guys. It's only plenaries. There's no breakouts, no workshops. Yeah. So there's the lineup. So you can imagine who the weary road warrior may have been.
Pipe, I have a guess, but
I don't think it's a big stretch either. It's not a big stretch.
I want you to go first, Pipe.
So in terms of weary road warrior, it was most definitely Jared. That's my guess. However, I can almost picture in my mind Joe Thorne strutting in there like he owns the place and possibly being a bit demanding about things as well.
Interesting.
That's my.
Thorny was
that's
going to
my
be my
picture.
guess for the like. Thorny, this is a movie reference, so you'll get this too, Ron, even though it's a sports movie. Thorny's like Crash Davis in Bull Durham, in that he's been like a career AAA guy, and this is really a AAA conference if we're being honest with ourselves. This isn't like the big leagues.
I'm pretty sure it's like the independent leagues.
Yeah, exactly. This is like the St. Paul Saints.
It is. It's the indie rock of conferences for sure.
Yeah. So Thorny's been doing this minor league circuit for years, but he's sort of the. Do you remember in high school where there was like a group of nerds? And I'm not talking like cool Weezer nerds. I'm talking actual nerds. But there's always like a king of that group. I feel like Thorny is that guy at this conference. You know what I mean?
Thorny's that guy who grew a beard later, started listening to like black Norwegian metal, and then somehow formed his identity around that, going to Southern, getting his MDiv, becoming a pastor and church planner.
Dude, now
how he just has 1689 tattooed like 44 places on his body.
Dude, literally, I think when I shook his hand and said
1,689 places on his body.
I think when I shook his hand and said, "Hey, what's up, Thorny?" and I literally referred to him as Thorny right when I shook his hand for the first time. I said, "Thorny," and he went, "Hey, 1689."
Are you serious?
I'm kidding.
That's so funny.
But it felt like that. It felt like that came into the convo like at least the third or fourth.
Dude, now
sentence.
was there a sense of like measuring each other up? Kind of like, did Thorny feel threatened by you?
Well, boys, let me just tell you how it went down. So what happened was before the opening night, we met at this restaurant and we had this back like room reserved, right? So because I'm
Godfather. I love it.
It's just totally Godfather. And because I'm big R, I show up fashionably late. I don't get there before everybody. I get there after everybody. Yeah. And I walk in and everybody's sitting there, right? So I walk in and Jared C. gives a big like Ronnie, and then the first guy to stand up was Thorny.
Okay. But you couldn't tell he was standing up. Heyo.
No comment. So Thorny turns and he's super warm, and I think the reason was because he had his like 10-year-old daughter with him on the trip.
Oh, so I think wanted to set a good example for her.
Yeah, I think I was seeing a little bit of a different verge of our boy Thorn.
Sure.
So I think that was part of it. So Thorn.
He's not an unwarm person in general.
He was
just
super
to be clear.
warm, super cool. And then I kind of put on all of my big R treatment with everybody around the room because the table was a little quiet when I walked in there. Just being honest, and
dude, so now you're pumped, man. I mean, you're flying high because this is your first one, and it's like,
well, I'm feeling a little off because I know they don't know me, and I don't really know them except for Jared C. And kind of.
Did you feel like you had to show out at the dinner and kind of put on a show, like be a little like even more clever than normal and all that stuff? I guess,
except so like I get in there and everybody has their quadruple like craft burgers and beers already sitting on the table, and then here comes the waiter like bringing my half chicken salad out. So like they're looking at me like, oh, you got that guy.
Oh, you didn't go burger, baby. Are you still dieting?
Of course not. I mean, I Whole 30. It's a lifestyle. Yeah. That's my lifestyle, But it's my lifestyle. Boys.
That was said with just enough smug pretension to sound perfect. Well done. It's my lifestyle.
Wait, which guy, me or him? Oh, him.
Oh, it's the lifestyle comment. It's my lifestyle. Oh, okay. Thanks. Now I feel judged, even though you said nothing judgy. That was well done.
Boys, what I'm saying is I don't know how these boys.
Subtext: your lifestyle is gluttony.
I don't know how these boys related to me when the club soda and the salad was delivered to the table.
Dude,
that's all I'm saying.
How do they relate to their wives? It's a lot like eating with her, probably.
Correct. So, baby, here's what happened. So the green room, on the other hand, was kind of tricked out. I was surprised. I made my demands. I said I wanted a certain kind of M&M, a certain kind of Werther's candy, and a certain kind of hard fruity candy. And everything was denied except for the Werther's. And so the whole thing started off a little off.
Oh,
it was a little off from
the level. It
was hard.
Tough.
They did not read the writer very carefully.
It was hard.
That's very AAA, though. I mean, the clubhouses aren't that nice. I mean, you got some challenges, some things to overcome.
Which Jared C. came up to me and said, by the way, we got your writer, and I know we're missing a few things. I said, a few things, Jared C.?
Yeah.
I said, how about all the things?
We joke around about writers, but like of all the guys in the room and all the guys on that roster, Pipe, which one of those guys is most likely to actually have a writer? You know what I mean? Like we're ha-haing about it, but...
Ronnie, 100%. And
dude, really? In real life?
Compared to those others. So here's the thing. Joe will not have a writer. He'll just show up and whine about stuff that is not the way he wanted it to be, even though he didn't tell them how he wanted it to be. Jared is more likely to roll in and just sort of go with whatever. I don't know Juan at all, and John O is super chill, and he'll just be like, cool, whatever. So Ronnie is the type to be on the ball, to be like, well, if I have expectations, I should communicate these, and it would be a form of writer. So that's not a shot at him. It's not like he's the diva. He's just the one who will communicate his expectations.
Dude, it always kills me when guys like show up with riders at these like single A conferences, you know, like the kind of fundraisers that my kid's school hosts. You know, every once in a while these guys will drop like legit riders, and it's just.
I mean, if they ask, so I get this email that asks for it, and so I just wrote out this really funny thing, not thinking they were gonna, not thinking anything. Yeah. And then the guy wrote me back like ignoring everything I said, and I was like, oh shoot. Should I have told him that I was totally joking with all of my...
Dude, with Christians, you gotta indicate.
I know, and I didn't.
I
didn't.
Are these like Midwestern seminary students you're communicating
with?
Totally,
100%.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta delineate the humor at all times.
You have to like put joke in brackets after each sentence. Be like, I want only green M&Ms, brackets joke. And that, just so that like, you're sort of queuing up for them like, oh, this is the laugh track. I can chuckle at this. I don't have to take it seriously.
Yeah.
Well, lesson learned, boys.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
with all those Western millennials, lesson learned. You're
going to be doing more of these. So
I have another important question about the ethos of this conference. I would like to know, in the spirit of preachers and sneakers, what was both the footwear and the attire of the various speakers, and just sort of how would you rate it on an aesthetic scale?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cash. I mean, altogether, because Jared C., I don't think has ever gotten dressed up a day in his life, or maybe ironed anything a day in his life. So there's Jared C. Thorny's wearing like his I think he felt like he was dressed up, because instead of like a black band T-shirt, he was wearing like a gray polo with jeans and like black boots, kind of a thing. And then the rest of it was just kind of Juan Kwok was like, I don't know, he has like this he has this vibe going. He actually qualified his sneaks at the top of his talk, and he said, hey, I want everybody to know it looks like I'm wearing these really expensive sneaks, but he said these things were only $17. So we went through this whole thing trying to assure everybody,
trying to avoid being on preachers and sneakers.
Yeah, totally.
Dude, he's got to prove how normal he is. Like that's the pressure at this thing, Piper. You gotta show your normal.
No, it totally is. Now, John O, the rumor now I was sitting next to John O, and as Juan was going through this, I was looking down at his kicks, and I was like, dude, I don't really know a lot about those kinds of kicks, like basketball kick, but those looked pricey to me. And then somebody else later on kind of brought up, they were like, John, seriously, dude, were those a lot? And he's like, okay. He goes, the question is not how much they cost, but how much I paid for them. So, dude, you might see him pop up on Preach and Sneaks. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he is the type he would love a real nice pair of vintage Jordans. And so he's I could see him making an appearance on there at some point by accident if he gets tracked down, for sure. What were you wearing? I want to know the Ronnie aesthetic. Were there jackets involved? Perhaps I feel like that's a staple.
Is the Pope Catholic, Piper?
No, there were no jackets, boys. So I'm just wearing jackets? I'm wearing my classic. I'm wearing my classic Levi's. Kind of pearl button down with.
The kind of structured button down thing. Yeah,
with just some regular Levi's, and then just some leather chucks, some brown leather chucks, real cash.
There you go. So
cash, for sure.
Normal passport stuff.
Why no jacket? Just because it was July in Kansas City or wherever you were, and it's a billion degrees.
Like those Levi shirts, those kind of westerny denim ones. Those are kind of like jackets, so they double up for me.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's your summer weight jacket.
It's my summer jacket outfit. It's my summer non-jacket jacket outfit. Yeah,
dude. Now I've got another ethos of the conference question. Given that you guys are supposed to be quote unquote normal pastors, how easy was the interaction with the audience? Were they adequately in awe of you? Did you feel adequately above them, or were they a little too familiar, if you know what I mean?
Wow. How do I answer that?
Just be honest, baby. We're all friends here.
So I mean, it's a small conf. It's intentionally small, according to Jared C. So it's small. So you're right up there in everybody's face.
Time out. It's intentionally
I know, Piper.
small.
Please lean into that.
This is
This is like saying I'm staying home from prom because I want to, not because
I'm just telling you what Jared C. kind of.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how I can strategically work this into my new role as director for community here. So I'm supposed to grow the small group ministry. What if I just say, guys, I'm just intentionally keeping it small?
I'm intentionally running this into the ground.
Is that success?
You can't do that with a small group ministry.
Why not?
But with a conference, because you're looking for like new people to come in and be a part of it, and
would it have worked when I was in publishing and I was marketing books, and I was like, we're going to intentionally keep this marketing campaign small?
I mean, those words have been said to me about my albums for many years.
Right.
So,
okay, so let's run this thread out. I too have been told things like this about books, which indicates that there's a low expectation on turnout, let's say, for sales. Could there possibly have been low expectations on turnout for sales for tickets of this conference?
Yeah, for sure. So here's the deal, right? Because we don't have any A-listers, I think it's just you don't expect like an A-list turnout because we have no A-listers. So that it's just what it is. So you got a couple of D-listers like me, and then you get up as high as Jared C., who's a B-lister. And what do you do with all those non-A-listers? Well, you get a non-A-lister turnout. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's true, baby. What's the cover price for these tickets? What are we looking at, man, to get in the door for normal pastors?
I'm not really sure. Under $50, I think.
Baby, did you ever go to this conf as an attendee?
No, I never did. I've never been to it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, it's like Kansas City, so it'd be a bit of a hike for me.
That's true.
So I don't know, to take a team out there or whatever. I mean, I kind of wondered why I hadn't when I was out there, to be quite honest. Yeah. Because I think my guys would have really enjoyed it because here's the thing, it really is low key in that sense, to where like everybody's been to all those bigger or those mid-size or those gargantuan conferences where you literally just feel like lost. Yeah. And this was way more like you could hang out. I mean, I was praying with a bunch of dudes after the sessions. I mean, it was like for that, it was really, really cool. Nice. You had like that connection. A lot of Rant fans there for sure. So nice. I got a lot of guys that are fans of the program. And so for that, it was like super fun because it was so low key. Yeah. So it was good for that. And everybody, there was no attitudes. Everybody was it was light, So there was it was that kind of vibe. So it was cool.
Really, Joe didn't have an attitude? I feel like he usually might
besides
have an
Joe.
Attitude. Okay.
Besides Joe. And then Jared C. got super offended by me because he gave me sort of this gift bag. And like, I don't know. I come from the school that says, man, you got to play things cool. Like I don't just he doesn't hand me the gift bag and then like a minute later I'm already inside it. So it's been like 2 days and he said, so man, you haven't told me about the gift bag. And I said, what do you mean, Jared C? And he said, like, you haven't told me about what you thought about what I put in the gift bag. I said, dude, I haven't even opened it. He goes, you're kidding. What do you mean you haven't opened it? I said, well, like, dude, I'll probably open it when I get home. What do you like, was I supposed to? It was like kind of the awkward thing. Like, hi, I'm Uncle Jared. I gave you your gift. You were supposed
Baby,
to open it.
This is a Midwesterner thing. Like
and I was so I was like, dude, no, of course I haven't opened it. Like, you're supposed to wait. You got to play that stuff cool. And he just was so he made jokes the rest of the time about, well, it doesn't matter. You're never going to open your bag, Ronnie. I said, no.
Dude, you're like Sue on Swingers. You're going to open it in 6 days.
Totally, man.
What if I waited 6 years to open the gift bag? Would that be money? Would that be a money move?
Exactly. Would that be money? How about I wait? Yeah. Right. So Jared C texted me yesterday and goes, yeah, I'm just guessing you still haven't opened your bag. And I'm like, so I literally spread out all the swag from the bag. And I took a picture. I said, baby, are we good now? I opened the bag. Are we good? Is everything good? And I don't know if we're good.
Yeah, that
maybe in the Midwest, we start like waiting for the thank you note, like the afternoon of Christmas.
I think every place I've ever spoken that has done gift bags, which is, probably half of them, they'll like leave it in the room or make sure you get it when you're picked up from the airport or whatever, and then they will immediately ask. Like the person who organized it will go, "Did you get the gift bag?" Which could be a, hey, did we fulfill our goal of getting you this nice thing? But it feels a lot like a passive aggressive, what did you think of the gift bag? Whereas Jared C was much more just blunt to be like, what did you think? Which I kind of appreciate. I kind of appreciate that versus the passive aggressive.
It just kind of puts you in an awkward stitch, though, doesn't it? I mean, it just kind of puts you in a thing where you're like I thought it was, I don't know. I came from the school that says, like, you just can't look that eager, right, Pipe? Am I wrong about that? I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming you're right about what school you came from. I'm not really sure about your background in that, but
Baby, we don't play anything cool in the Midwest. We go right into the gift bag.
For me, it's all about efficiency. I want to know which of these things I'm taking home with me, which of them I'm eating right now, and which of them I'm throwing away. Because I just don't want all that extra junk. And usually there's like tissue paper or something, and that's just a pain. So like I'm going to empty that thing out and immediately sort the stuff to go, no, I don't want the unsalted almonds. Those can go right in the trash. But I will eat the chocolate right now, and I'll take home the stuff that I'll actually keep.
Boys, you guys are like gift bag carnivores, man. You just don't you see the animal there. You don't even wait to kill it. You just grab it and start eating it.
That's right.
Yeah. Baby, raw fish. That's right. We're eating it raw.
Will you walk us through the gift bag piece by piece? I want to know, this is normal pastors. This isn't like TGC. You don't get like an Xbox and a Rolex in your gift bag at normal pastors. But what are we looking at, man?
Maybe I still haven't opened.
Oh, for the love. Are you kidding me?
No, I did. Of course I did.
You said you spread out all the swag.
I did. It was so insane that I felt like I had to open that thing, throw everything down, take a picture of it, and say, man, are we good? Like, Jared, I mean, obviously I'm never getting invited back to this thing after a maneuver like this. I mean, man, forget the message I preach. Forget all the connections I'm like, man, it was all about this. It was all about me failing to open this gift bag.
Dude, that was the test. That was the Godfather-esque. That was like the Don Corleone move. It was. Yeah, it was a test.
It was like you insulted my family.
That's right.
I mean, I'm literally wondering if I'm going to live after past. Yeah, I don't know. It was nice, dude. It was really nice. It was a nice gift bag. I've gotten a lot of gift bags in my life. There were some nice goodies in there, right? Okay. There was Midwestern swag, like mugs and things of that nature. There was like a nice, journal devotional in there. There was all kinds of great like hipster coffee in there. There was all kinds of different kinds of candy and baked goods. And I mean, I'm even missing a few things. It was extensive. It was a great gift bag.
That's a nice gift bag, baby.
It was nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So,
baby, what was the
Jared C? Jared C. Consider this the thank you note that Ronnie's not going to send you. This is him.
He's playing it cool. He's going to wait 6 years to send.
Right. He'll thank you if he gets invited back. But this is us saying thank you on his behalf for the lovely swag bag you gave him.
That's unbelievable. I'll tell you what I'm going to say right now, Jared C. If you invite me back, send the gift bag ahead of time. Believe me, I'll open it before I even fly out there. If that's how these things are supposed to roll. Right.
There we go.
I don't want to be gift bag inconsiderate. I promise I'll do better.
Dude, the gift bag mores are just different based on where you are geographically. But you're in Midwestern.
Maybe I didn't realize it was a culture. I mean, how would I have known?
It's a whole
everything's
culture.
A culture.
Absolutely. Baby, what was the airport situation? Did somebody from the conf pick you up at the airport, or did you have to Uber yourself to the hotel, or what? What was
they rented us a car, man. We just got there.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you flew in and out of Kansas City, right?
Kansas City, yeah.
Yeah, the nation's worst airport.
Yeah, dude, I got to tell you, man. I mean,
that's a glamorous city.
That airport felt like an Eastern Bloc country.
Yes.
It was so bad, man. I mean, it was unbelievable, man. I mean, it was all concrete and literally it was the tightest, smallest, most uncomfortable airport of all
Shades
time.
of Kiev, Ukraine.
Yeah, shades of
in
Kiev
1974.
Literally, we don't believe in restaurants or coffee shops or any of that. We need those modern conveniences of this airport. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Jared C. flies in and out of there all the time, because he is flying in and out of there all the time.
Maybe that's why he just sort of seems glum sometimes. His travel experience is just not very luxurious.
Now,
you know
what's Jared's travel schedule like compared to yours? Who travels more?
Oh, dude, I mean, he travels probably 10 times as much as I do. Yeah.
Dude, no way. That's not humanly possible.
False. You're gone from home 70% of the time, Ron.
I am not gone from, but I'm not doing what he's doing. I'm doing a bunch of other stuff, but it's like that dude, that dude's gone all the time.
Travel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly not on a plane as much as he is. That dude kind of lives at that airport is what it sounds like. So
it's true. He does more international travel. He's in Australia twice a year or something like that, and just different things like that.
I mean, that dude is speaking at somebody else's church or at a men's retreat or a conference at least 2 to 3 times a month, man. He's really busy.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Dude, Jared,
yeah, I mean, that's not even close to what I do. You know what I mean?
All right, I have one more question about the conference. We kind of discussed the quote-unquote intentionally small, okay, whatever. But I want to know what's the general makeup and ethos of the attendees, aside from having great taste in podcasts?
Yeah, it was basic. It looked like primarily, men between the ages of like 35 and 50. You know, most of them with like bringing church staff or like their sons or something of that nature.
Like so just sort of normal center cut Midwesterners. Are they like hipsters, bearded lumberjacky types? Like what are we picturing?
I mean, one or two bearded lumberjacks. I would say mainly just real, just kind of nondescript. Yeah, just wait for it. Normal pastors. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Boom.
They live up to their brand.
They do, man. I mean,
Dude, now was there like was there a sort of narthex area with like vendors? Was this like the kind of thing where the Christian publishers are there with their booth? Was it that kind of deal?
Yeah, there was a couple of vendors. I think Midwestern was one of the sponsors. CSB Bible sponsored it. So there was a few vendors, but nothing was over the top. Yeah, so it was low key.
Now, had all the big like Josh Harris news broken before this, or was that after?
It was before. So we had quite a few convos in the green room amongst the normal pastors about what was going down with all that stuff, So, and I brought up a lot of other stuff just to see, like, to add some, just to add a little color into the room, brought up some Drisky stuff and just, wanted to see how everybody like responded to some of these things. And so, yeah, we chatted about.
Dude, now how are those guys like? Piper and I chatted about this on the last episode that dropped sometime this week, but how are those guys on the whole like Reformed fame thing? Are they like cautionary about it or cavalier about it? Like 10 years ago in a green room, everybody's like 29 to 33. They're dreaming their big dreams. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Reformedom's going to get huge. Like, what's the green room fame vibe in 2019? I'm guessing it's more cautionary just because of the like beatings that young Reformedom has taken of late.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
What does that look like?
No, I mean, it's a good question, Chi, because I think the way even everybody talks about this stuff is, dude, I got to guard against this. I got to guard against that. I don't want that. I don't want that to be like my life in 5 years. And I think it's a little bit more like what the vibe I get now is more of instead of like thinking I want to conquer the world, it's like, where can I find like my small like niche? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like Thorny has this kind of the 1689, is this podcast. He's expanded his conference out. They're doing like 3 locations over the next year. And so it's like he kind of has this niche now that he's speaking into a particular audience that likes what he does. So it's a little more like, hey, I want to be a little bit more I'm looking to be a little more creative. I'm looking to be a little more sort of, kind of honed into the thing that interests me rather than thinking I need to go global on all this stuff. So I don't know. There's more of that kind of a thing. That was the vibe I got more than anything else.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like what we're doing a little bit. You know what I mean? Like we're just we're just kind of doing the things that we enjoy doing. Nobody has any like illusions that this thing's going to go. I mean, except for when we're off the air and we're talking about what we really want this program to do. But like realistically,
global world domination.
Correct. But on the air, trying to be humble, trying to keep it,
that's right,
close to the vest.
Absolutely.
We just want to do what we want to do, and
Careful, Ronnie. Our facade is showing.
I know. I'm just trying to be vulnerable, Pipe. So
dude, now, Big R, what are the odds that Pipe, now that Pipe is in ministry, could he finagle his way onto the stage at Normal Pastors next year?
Well, it's not Normal Directors Conference.
Oh wow. Boy, did I ever wade right into that one.
Yep,
my goodness.
You put me right on a tee so I could get hit with a bat. I did. Thank you. That was lovely.
I did.
Pipe, I'm totally kidding, man. I think you're in, man. I think you're totally in.
I don't know. I think Jared might hold up. Sorry, there's a loud motorcycle outside. I don't know if you guys heard that. It was really loud.
I did.
I think Jared might hold a little bit of a grudge at me for perpetually bringing him up as the butt of jokes on this particular podcast. So we are friends and we really enjoy each other's company. But I don't know if he'd let me speak there.
I don't know if that's true. Let me tell you a fun fact about the whole Wilson family, right? So Becky Wilson, his wife, is the money. She's the bomb. I mean, we finished 3 days with the Wilsons, and she's like already saying, "Hey, man, we all got to do like a European like cruise together." Like we're practically already like living at the Wilson household like full time by the time we leave there, right? Jared C. Jared C. is a little more like the guy, not in the PG movie, but the PG-13 movie, where you're not really sure quite where he's at. He's holding it a little close to the vest. Like he's laughing at a lot of the jokes. You know, like he gets the joke. He's kind of playing it a little quiet, a little cool. Again, I think he's trying to hold back his anger the whole time because I haven't, opened the gift bag. And he's Because at that point he's scared what's going to happen. And this guy's not even opening it. What's going to happen when he does open it? I built this thing up. Nothing's going to live up to the hype that I put into this gift bag, right? And so there's this thing where I get the sense that they really love the podcast. Becky loves the podcast.
Dude, definitely. She definitely does. So I was there. So when I worked for B&H Publishers, I was out there for a conference doing like sponsorship stuff, and they had a get together at their house for some different people from the conference. And it was like a month after we had done the episode. I think we were comparing pastors to candy bars. Mm-hmm. She had an entire jar of king size whatchamacallits with a little Happy Rant placard in front of it, like sort of in honor of. So I mean,
that's what I'm talking about.
We're talking about like a genuine, true listener fan.
That's decadence. I like that. I like that level of fawning. That's to me. That's why you do this.
That's why big R, this, big M, that. I mean, it was like it felt like I was doing a Happy Rant podcast the whole time I was at the Wilsons. So.
Dude, now did Big M hit it off with Beck?
Oh, dude, yeah, it was insane. I mean, it was literally like, we should plan a trip to like Palm Springs for 5 days. We should do facials. Why don't you fly out, we'll do facials together next week. I mean, it was like
did you get
normal
in on the
pastor
too?
Stuff?
Yeah, I got in a couple facials with me and Jared C. That was good. Yeah.
Facials and European vacations, as normal pastors do, Piper. This is what the church was built on.
But then I don't know if you guys saw, but Darren Patrick kind of had a little back and forth about how he wasn't really agreeing with the premise behind normal pastors and the way that we as Americans were defining normal pastors.
Dude, he's probably right, but still, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day,
I love it.
Probably.
I love it. You got to go contrarian as quickly as you can.
But no, I mean, I saw his little jab, and I mean, look, jabs like that. I mean, it's clear, like, I'm mad I wasn't a plenary speaker myself, so I'm going to throw a little shade at this conference. But yeah, I mean, he made a good point.
I'll be doing a plenary at T4G next year, but I'm mad that I'm not at this conference.
Exactly. I want all the plenaries. I want all my plenaries and yours too. I love it.
Yeah. Wait, so what did Darren say? Wasn't it like normal pastors are all like bivocational and make no money and don't have time for any this conference stuff? Something along those lines?
Yeah, and then Jared was just like, what? Essentially, Jared tweeted back, what?
Like W-U-T. What?
Yeah, what? With like a bunch of question marks. And so then he starts vamping back and forth with one of the guys. And at some point he's like, okay, I guess sorry, I didn't mean to say all this about you guys.
Dude, DP's getting kind of jacked now, man. He's been in the gym.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I know.
Homeboy's been benching. He's been doing some back squats. I can tell, man.
It's scaring me if I'm being honest, man.
Dude, now normal pastors conf. How many of those guys were jacked? Because being the jacked kind of steroidal like leadership guys kind of a thing now. Like,
dude, there were no jacked dudes. I don't think Jared C. I don't think he'd book a jacked dude.
Like leadership slimeball dudes either.
Oh, dude, no. I mean,
those guys.
There's just no room for that, man. There's just no room.
John O is I think he probably considers himself an athlete, but he's like 35, so that means he's a former athlete. But he was a basketball player, and still, he looks fit.
Looks athletic.
But he's fit, but he's slender. He's not jacked.
He's not a jacked dude. He just looks. He looks like he looks like he could still hold his own in a pickup game.
Yeah.
Interesting. We may have to sign him, Piper, for when we go play.
That's
whatever
true.
School we're playing. Wait, aren't we playing Jared C. School? Who are we playing?
Yeah, the affiliated undergrad, Spurgeon's College, Spurgeon College,
That's
College
right.
of Spurgeon. bearded warriors, whatever they are.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Well, boys, we've done what we always do on this program, in that we've wandered to and fro throughout one topic.
Drained it of all of its life.
Yeah, drained it of all of its life. We really
talked about it longer than the conference even lasted.
We really rifled through the gift bag of this conference, and we evaluated all of it. We threw some out. We kept some. We thanked Adjared C. Excited that their family are big fans of the show. Looking forward to that European trip we're all going to take together, which I've invited myself on now. So yeah, exciting times, baby. It's nice to have you out there, kind of being the hands and feet of the Happy Rant, as it were.
Representation. Do you appreciate that? Are you guys going to send me a gift bag for
You're
having
pounding
done
the pavement, man. You're hitting the road. You're the road warrior. You're Ronnie Tarmac.
Send me a gift bag that I don't have to open, please.
That's right.
I just want a gift bag that I don't have to open.
I'm going to send it to you, and I'm going to expect you to open it in 6 years. All the stuff's going to be worn out and spoiled. And
so like a time capsule. I like all my gift bags to be time capsules.
Exactly. Dude, you're just getting around to the gift bags you got at conferences in 2004. So
correct. Just getting around to them. Just
the gift
getting
that keeps on giving. All those conferences.
Correct.
Baby, this was a lot of fun. Good to have you back. And until next time.
The Happy Rant is brought to you by Resonate Recordings. If you go to resonaterecordings.com, you can see the full range of services they offer. So if you're considering starting a podcast, they are the ones we recommend going with. Again, go to resonaterecordings.com to see their prices, to connect with them and ask any questions, and to see what they can do to help you launch, edit, master, and improve your podcast. Again, go to resonaterecordings.com to see what they can do to help you launch and improve your podcast.